Good morning, afternoon, or evening. Welcome to IdiOtBlog. Vibrato at the end. So that vibrato's dope, yo.
Throwing the fan into the fire, starting to stand in the eclectic smoke. Turbulent flows.
Do you even know who you're listening to? This is COLDCORE on IdiOtBlog 336. And before I keep moving along into the blog, I want to go ahead and share this blog with my feed on BandLab, Mr. Chesta, and DownCloud, the two members that make up the band COLDCORE. So let me do that on camera here. I will share the link. Go ahead and pop on over there. This tune is already catchy as hell.
Nature, nurture on your
Course.
Nature,
Nurture on its course. Whoa, that vibrato.
nature, nurture on your course. Throwing the fan into the fire, starting to stand in the eclectic smoke. Turbulent flows will lift me higher. Entropic ending I own. Throwing the fan into the fire, starting to stand in the eclectic smoke. Turbulent flows will lift me higher. Entropic ending I own. Throwing the fan into the fire, starting to stand in the eclectic smoke. Turbulent flows will lift me higher. Entropic ending I own. Nature, nurture on your course. Nature, nurture on your course. Nature, nurture on your course.
Nature, nurture on the course. What? That's so good, guys. That's nature or nurture, nature. I think I probably say it backwards half the time because I'm like degzig. What'd you say? Mouse sounds, guys. I've been doing mouse sounds.
Count the waves back and forth. We go reverberate, lost inside echoes.
Talking Through Walls, COLDCORE. A band featuring Mr. Chesta and DownCloud. Put your
Plan out
earballs
exactly what to say.
on this shit.
Repeat until it comes out straight. Presumptions have been made. So listen, listen, listen.
Man,
Between what voices fabricate and how the silence is empty, the idea will erase. So distance, distance, distance. It may seem too hard to hear now. Isolate and drown out. One by one until you hear the sound.
Do you guys use GarageBand? Like share the links and stuff and work together?
It may seem too hard to hear now.
Because some people might not know,
Isolate and drown
BandLab bridges the gap between people who don't have access to BandLab. But if you already have access to BandLab, you can share your band files with anybody else who has access to BandLab, even via the cloud, and they can pop in and out. You guys can pop in and out of the same file. You can duplicate one, they could duplicate one, and they could pop ideas in and out, and do, however you want to do it.
to ride a run encounter. No one is around here. I can hear you, but is this true?
Now, keeping track of all the iterations and all the changes having them all documented, that's a BandLab iCloud revision thing. Very cool.
Count the waves back and forth. We go reverberate, lost inside echoes.
All right, you guys. Hope you guys are enjoying checking out the show. I'm going to pop on over to the YouTube, see what's going on. Mr. Chest is there.
Count the waves back and forth. We go reverberate, lost inside echoes.
Logic, BandLab, they have the exact same like engine. They sound the same. Like in your headphones, when you hear something made on Logic or GarageBand, you sound it. The sound's the same. The drum sounds. If you use drum sounds, can be the same sound. Some of them, so I'll hear the sounds. First song I heard on the radio, and I said, "Oh, that's definitely recorded in GarageBand." Was that song "Umbrella"? Ella, A, and I know why I know that. Don't get me started on that. I'll be very irritated. I just gotta put it out of mind. People steal shit. That's the way it is.
So listen.
Yeah, but they all go through the same engine, so I hear the engine.
It may seem too hard to hear now. Isolate and drown out. One by one until you hear the sound. Put an ear to the wall.
There's a reason
Too hard to hear.
I buy guitar amps that are $4,000 to $6,000,
Isolate and drown out.
and sell them sometimes too.
One by one until you
But
hear the sound.
if you look that brand up, you're gonna find they sold that name, and he started using his last name. It's actually F-R-Y-E-T-T-E, Fryat. Company's by Stephen Fryat. He made amps for Eddie Van Halen and a bunch of people in the South California area. And came into big fame when the year and a half life Metallica came out, and everybody saw they were using them. I thought you were using Mesa Boogie. Not on the Black Album, folks. Definitely not on Sad But True. And I'm sorry, Sad But True has the same sound as the rest of the album except for the bass.
Time will tell like it always does.
Okay, random ramble. But
The culprit is hidden, and I say good riddance. You can't run from what you don't know.
what?
Come again or finish first. Recurrent, throw out the word.
Really good music. Definitely pop. But dark edge. It kind of reminds me of like stuff that came out maybe grunge and just post grunge. In the feel. Definitely not the music and the instrumentation, but more of the feel. You know how music gives you feels. I could put you in different times. Like there's a Crash Test Dummies album I listen to. It sounds like I'm in the 1950s. There's one I listen to. It sounds like I'm in the 1800s. And there's another one that sounds like I'm in the year 1200. And it might even be the year 0 AD. You know, in Greece. And it makes me feel like I'm in Greece in the year 0 AD. Music can transport you, and this music transports me to a youthful era. Time when I was 20. Maybe 19. You ever need to feature like an artist, do like a crazy solo or something weird, some weird stuff? I would love to add something funky to some of these tracks. I don't want to intrude, dude, but good stuff. It's just because it's inspiring and it makes you sing along, pulls you in, definitely makes you go, what can I add, or makes you automatically add to it. I was already making mouse sounds just randomly, so just let you know. Dude, I didn't really notice it every time I was listening to this artist. And I would go back and I would find the song that he forked of mine. He's only forked to my one song. But I'll go back, like it's like from a couple years ago, I'll go back and find it and look at the inspired and go find that track and listen to it a lot. I'll listen to it a lot. I haven't put it on a list yet, but I'm sure I will someday because I'll be like tired of going, I'm looking for it. But I never noticed how much vibrato he can put in his voice. I can keep it so you don't notice it until maybe the 4th, 5th time you're singing it. And you're like, oh, when I'm singing that, that's not good. With him, you gotta go, you gotta have that kind of feeling going on. If that's right, I mean, mine's not as good as his. Sounds like you're like dancing, dude. It's fucking your voice up. But you know, he's got a skill with it. He's almost got a personality with it, if you will. It's like I didn't realize that was part of the performance he was doing. The unique side of his voice. Here we go. Yeah, vibrato. It feels almost like tremolo. Yeah, definitely trademark awesomeness. That's a good way to put it. Here's a little less of it because it's. But you can hear there's two vocal tracks, and they're not just doing the same thing. They're kind of playing off each other. I'll do that with a guitar. Have one accent a certain part more, and another spot accent a certain part more, so it kind of dances in the stereo field. It's like who does that really good, and it'll make the sound of their voice phase. It's the singer of Queen. He'll have one track doing the same note as the other, and they'll change in such a way that it'll create a. Oh my gosh, it's intimidating. Because when you listen to your vocals and you don't got that kind of stuff, you go, there's not enough characters, not enough depth. I need somebody else to sing this for me. See, this one now, this is more of a rock or like blues lullaby feel to it. There you go. I knew it was Blues Lullaby. Oh, I knew it was the Blues Lullaby. Woo! Woo! I knew it was the Blues Lullaby. I just had to feel it. I was like, sweet. And I know where this solo comes from. G. Bailey? What? He's forked some of my stuff, and I can always sit there going, how did you do all that on a nylon? How did you do all that on a nylon? How did you do all that on a nylon? G. Bailey pulling it. He knew where to pull it. You guys knew where to go. You went to G. Bailey. You don't come to this smook. Go to that guy. Man. Heck yeah, dude.
Falling straight down to the earth. I thought it couldn't get better. Now
Man, heck yeah.
I land here in all this dirt.
Nice.
Never mind
Mental image
the weather.
of someone landing on like the moon.
To the ground. Hear the sound of containing water to a flake. Water to a flake. Sleep as the snow falls. Lie down. Sleep as the snow falls.
What?
Sleep as the snow falls. Lie down. Sleep as the snow falls down.
Set yourself up there, man. Next one, I'll be knocking. Is that the lyrics, or is that what you're telling me about the next song? Yeah, I got a little scared about the next song. Next one, I'll be knocking. Are you playing the drums? I don't know what you mean.
Every nothing turns to something. Share a little to avoid confronting. Open up to show your soul.
Nice.
Maybe then we'll let this go.
It's like a ride.
Holding close to the
A very dry kind of ride.
best alone.
And the drums are kind of pulled in the mix a little bit. Pulled down. They're not, it's not as dance-centric as the other ones. It's a little bit more. Let me dare say this has got a little Nine Inch Nails feel to it. This one could have a fucking distortion bass in it, guys.
Every nothing leads to something. Paralyzed, make a move, no fronting. Break down those petrified walls. Till then I'll
That's just what I'm hearing. Like a Tool, almost like Tool H. Almost like fuzzy, just kind of in the background. And then it, no longer pop, dude. It's no longer pop. You took it out of the pop charts right over to the metal charts, you know? That's what I do.
You're the same team.
What?
Same team.
With the range, dude. Dirty, rusty bass. If you guys haven't caught this artist, that's why this is happening. You need to catch this artist. Eternalized advertisement here on IdiOtBlog. Once it's posted, it'll be forever.
What did we learn? You gathered from watching me. What did we learn? You're the tough act to follow. What did we learn?
Okay,
Talking about the
it's like, this is interesting. Right here,
it's a tough pill to swallow.
when he does this part here, for some reason, I'm totally thinking CKY.
You're the tough
How did this guy do, like, a feel of 80s music, the CKY alternative rock,
it's a tough pill to
and Nine Inch Nails, kind of, it's like, he has like these things from those things that kind of pull into the music. You know, it's like hinting or something. It's like uses of certain inflection, or maybe even the scale he's using in his vocal harmonies or something. Scale or chords, or whatever you want to call it. The way that he's using harmonies. Like people know the way some people can pick certain notes out to work with the same note in the same song as a harmony, and another person would pick a different note, and it can totally transform a song, right? So it's like, I think of like these post 80s, 90s style, it's like alternative. If this came out then, you guys would already be rich and famous and be like for sure. Like people then would be completely exploding if they heard this. We've hit a point, and I'll say this about my music. We've hit a point where I can't knock myself because I can only go so far with music. There's a lot of saturation out there. It's very saturated, and the market is being deliberately shrunk by the people that promote, by the people that run the gamut, competing and consolidating. They consolidate, and because they can make more money on one thing that way, and that it's kind of it's very squishy. Yeah, we're all too late. That's why we got fucking BandLab. You know, it's not like we're too late. There's always a breakout. I know 4 people who've broken out. 4 people. Not me, but I know I've played in bands with, and now they're broken out. Drummer of Blood Brothers. Bassist of The Head and the Heart. Krisashi. Second place on American Idol. And oh man, there's maybe 5 or 6 people that have actually 5 or 6 people. It just you know what? And plenty of other people who've come real close. Tons of people who've got record deals and never really got the promotion level that would have put them there. But like, I know all the guys in this one band. They're called Zeke. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them. Like, I bet most of the metal guys out here don't know about them. But what there is in Seattle is there's this underground that never gets known about. And maybe Zeke is a little bit known, but in Seattle there's this underground. And even in the 90s, when all those other bands got famous, there were bands like Mudhoney and shit that never got their up and coming. There's this bassist named Tad. There's a lot of these bands that, because certain bands got famous, they got kind of pushed out because other bands sounded more like them, and that was more grunge. But these were the true guys that started grunge. Melvins, you know. And there's a group of bands that out in Seattle, I mean, a slew of bands, a fucking massive cadre of bands that just play punk music and music like what those guys would play. I mean, talking true punk music. You're just hitting some chords and singing some words, and you're angry, you know. You know Tad. You know Tad. Man, you know, these bands, those were the bands that indicated the world, the music industry was changing. And I want to say this about grunge. While it's some of the greatest music, they were definitely the most pretentious musicians. They were musicians of a level of caliber that were fucking doing heroin, and they were ousting those guys in the 80s that had been working their ass off. They were fucking dope, every Beethoven song on the guitar and shit. And those guys got kicked out by these almost like prima donna of what it is to be a rocker. They were the definition of rocker. I'm not saying guys like Kurt Cobain and Chris Cornell didn't have a deep talent. Now I'm getting on a rant here, but dude, They collapsed. They had this crazy thing. It was just, they never really worked beyond their time. They still, some of them have made great music, like for instance, Pearl Jam. But Pearl Jam is actually a late 80s band. That one singer made them work in grunge, but they still work now because they never were grunge. They predated grunge. But at the same time, so did Soundgarden. So did Alice in Chains. They kind of predated grunge. They were kind of doing this 80s thing, and as grunge was happening, they were transformed by the scene itself, as they were transforming the scene in their own way. And there was a very collaborative thing going on, and it was a lot of drugs, and the drugs definitely was throwing a wrench in it, but they came in as prima donnas and pretentious, and they knew how they could have done all that other stuff, but they did this instead. You know, even guys like Queensryche, you know, they were, those guys were great. You know, they were ready to oust and be better than all those other 80s bands. You know, they were gonna be like, they put the boot on people like Queensryche. They did. They're like, boom, grunge, dude. Play how you feel, motherfucker. It was like a stop being pretentious about music. You know, Mother Love Bone. That's what it was. Had the singer Andrew. You know, I got this bass because the guy in Alice in Chains plays this kind of bass, and that's what I wanted. I'm not going to tell you the full history on this bass because I don't want to implicate myself, but it was pawned by a local artist, and at one point it was stolen from me. Yeah, Andrew Wood. At one point it was stolen from me. I spent a couple solid years online. About 2 years and almost just about 2 months later, I found it on eBay, and I got a hold of the person directly and left him a message and said, "Hey, that's my bass. It was stolen from me in this date, and I have a police report." And he goes, "All right, I'll set it aside." And he was working in Duluth, Georgia's consolidation center for anything that doesn't sell that's used, but has a high markup value. Or anything they bring in that's used that has a high value but has some kind of slight damage, like a surface damage or something. They recondition it to make sure they can make a lot of money on it and not basically only sell it for $100 more, right? So, ended up finding that bass and going and reporting it, and I go to my my deputies and let them know, "Hey, I got this," and they go, "Okay, don't worry, we'll call them and let them know, the Duluth, Georgia sheriffs, and let them know, hey, there's a case up here, and that they can either go pick it up or whatever, or have it released or whatever and ship it to us." And I was like, cool. 2 years, 2 months, 2 weeks, I get a call as I'm coming out of a postal office early in the morning and about to go into a Guitar Center, which is there, one door here, other door here, and they're like, "This is the huge Guitar Center, and right next to it, there's the doors almost would hit." So like, I'm coming out and about to go into a Guitar Center and to get a phone call, and it's Duluth, Georgia numbers. Pick up my phone, go sit on my moped over there in the corner, and the guy goes, "Hey, yeah, is this Chris Burns?" I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Hey, yeah, I just talked to your King County Sheriff's Department, and they said that we had all the right information, so we just calling to get your address. We want a 2-day ship it to you." Well, and 2 years, 2 months, 2 weeks, and 2 days after the day it was stolen. I know that because I fucking filed the police report on that day. I got my bass back in my hands. Here it is. And I recognized it because it had some drip stains coming down here from beer, and one right here. And they're mostly gone. I didn't want to 100% clean it, but I sanded this thing all down and reconditioned it when I got it back, because they did like a 90% job. Because what happened is this guy, Greg Gibson, God rest in peace, bless your soul, You're the promoter. You got me most of my gigs, and you really put a focus on my music when I got to those gigs. Love you, band. Rest in peace, and fuck the fire that took you. But yeah, he was always going with beer on you, and he was doing that one time, and I was like, dude, and I knocked him, and he spilled like almost a whole fucking beer on me, and something about it like was dripping off my shirt slowly with like color as I was sweating in the beer, and it ran these drips down my guitar of like black. Yeah, sucks. Billy Corgan, I did hear about that. That's so cool. There's who had a Metallica had an amp stolen. I think it was Steve Vai had a guitar stolen. Here's a funny story. Chuck Berry was behind stage, and someone touched his guitar, and he punched him square in the face like a boom, like a motherfucker. Just whammo! Fucking knocked him to the floor, I guess. I'm not like that with my guitars, but dude, you don't just go up and touch somebody's fucking instrument. If that dropped, all his shows would be canceled. Like, fuck, you don't touch it, dude. Some guy goes up and like starts touching his guitar. Whammo! When they say, naysayer. So did he say, when they say nay, hold your place? When they say nay, outer space? I can't tell all the lyrics on this one, but when you say nay, hold your place. Place and space do rhyme. Out of space, like maybe you're feeling. Hold your place. I don't know what it means, but it feels like it means. Like, kind of like that's how it works. It's an interpretation. But it's like, it feels like he's saying, like, when they naysay, don't let it box you in, and hold on to the truth, right? Right? Oh, okay. They say, hey, hold your place, wait, out of space. Okay. I thought they said, nay, hold your place, nay, out of space. Naysayers, though. I thought I was talking about them. Did you know the song Holy Wars, The Punishment Due is about the Punisher? What's up, Hank Cabo? Hot Cabo. Hank. Hi. My name is Hank. My friends call me Henry. What's up, Hawk? We were talking about great music here. The artist is COLDCORE. We got Mr. Chester here on the feed. It's pretty cool. Have one of the members here. Something I got up my sleeve is coming soon. I want to do it on this guitar. I want to talk about this company, Kononi Keen. I want to give them a big shout out for their big burly, solid ass necks. Very Fender-like company, but they're out of Russia. Kononi Keen, they definitely have that feel. You see that neck shape. You see this thick bevel here. I want to talk about the overall product. This was sent to me for a really great price as a sponsor musician, and I want to talk about my modifications to it, and I want to do an in-depth video on it and this guitar amp and just some of the great sounds I got out of it. But since I wanted to do this for a few months, but I hadn't done it yet, I want to show you what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using my GoPro. I'm going to be using my GoPro and doing something like this on the end where you can kind of like get like the view going, like, you know, you got that cool angle, you know, you're moving around. You see, I'm embellishing, right? To give the effect of what I'm playing, whatever, you know what I mean? And do some kind of cool view on them down the strings on that guitar, because I just want to make something. I want to make a solid video. I want to try making like a YouTube quality video where I edit it all up and I do my, hey guys, talking about blah 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 in the background, and the guy that's the version of me that we're filming shuts the fuck up, and then the version of me that narrates is all like IdiOtBlog guy and goes, yeah, the thing about this guitar is it makes me jizz all over the inside of my underwear whenever I play it. It's like deep erotic love for music that comes out whenever I touch a Canoni keen. But you know what I mean? I want to get like cool. I want to do a cool video, have it cut to the different cameras a couple times. And I'm not trying to do anything crazy like 5 cameras like some of those YouTubers. Just trying to do a couple angles and shit. Yeah, I'm not trying to weird you out, man. I'm trying to beard you out. Who's been bearded out before? That tickle? Hey, who thinks that tickles? Oh yeah. Green screen. You have no idea how much I'm all about in camera. I don't like green screen even in Hollywood. I can see it every time and it hurts my eyeballs. It hurts my eyeballs. But still, it's funny as fuck. Now we're in Delaware. Mokalaka Lakey, you know you want to lay me. Pass the point, Mohoy. Wayne's World green screen. That was awesome. Or in Texas. Howdy, partner. What is it? Get it up! It's on my face, guys. Heel screen. No, but you know what I mean. Like, what's cooler, Dark Crystal or Matrix? You know what I mean? Like graphics wise. I mean, Matrix wasn't done poorly. It was like probably one of the first Matrix, so the most seamless feeling things, a bunch of on-screen stuff. And they've done it great since. They've also done it real shitty since too. Like they'll do things like Aquaman. You know, it's... You know what I mean, guys? You know what I mean? I'm talking crap. I'll probably do green screen sometime. I didn't even know if I could, you know, and then I later saw someone else show me how. I didn't know I could even add this intro. Look, I just found that out when I started adding it. I would have had it the whole time if I would have known. Well, I mean, I wouldn't have because I didn't have one, but I would have done something of my own. So some guy sent me one. I'm like, oh, I don't know how to add it. I don't have the ability to add it. He goes, this is how you do it. Thank you, Everton Sabad. Appreciate you for making this right here, my intro. And for making the second one, which will be implemented soon, which has the IdiOtBlog traditional font. It does not have the capital I, capital O, capital B, but it has the capital O, and that's the most important part. Oh! Matt and Kim, what's up? Matt and Kim 17, that's Matt Dunlap off of the BandLab. You ever need some badass drums? That's the guy. He's one of the best on BandLab. Is he the best? I'm not gonna keep saying he is. I'm not gonna keep inflating his ego. Plus, We need to do a drum off. Me, him, an easy drummer, and M. Dallas Howard need to do like I think that's a total of 8. They could do like a round robin, right? You know the kind of drum offs I'm talking about is like the ones where it's like, remember like Buddy Rich would do it with like, oh man, I'm trying to remember there's one guy I really, really like, and he would do it all the time. Buddy Rich did it with the Animal though, I know that. I'm trying to remember this guy. Looking for my other device to look it up. I think I can look it up here. Oh, I'll look it up right here. Wait, if I go back here, is somebody naming who the can anybody try and guess the drummer that did drum offs that I really like? That I like? Come on. No, he was not in Nirvana. Nice guess. Gene Krupa. But you had guys like John Bonham, Ginger Baker, Neil Peart. All those guys could have competed in drum offs against each other at some point, right? Well, they're really cool. But I really like the way that the guys like Gene Krupa and Buddy Rich and Ed Shaughnessy and shit would do it. Man, that Buddy Rich, Gene Krupa drum off, that's always going to be one of my favorites. I think it's with like Sammy Davis Jr. But Buddy Rich, I think he's the guy that made it like a thing. Oh yeah, that was cool. I saw that. Will Ferrell and Chad Smith. Chad Smith happens to be one of my top 5. And the reason why is because he plays vigorously. I just like a vigorous, natural, very open drumming feel. Don't get me wrong, I also love the fuck out of Mike Portnoy, who's tight as shit. I was just playing Strange Deja Vu. I think I played the whole Change of Seasons. My wife's going, what the fuck was that song? I was playing the drums for 23 minutes. After playing an 8-minute song, which was like Metropolis Part 1 or something, was like the whatever one. It's the one with the ticking clock. That Dream Theater song goes tick. You're falling asleep. 10, 9, 8, 7. Listen to my voice. You know. Did he rejoin the band again? Did John Frusciante rejoin the band again? Because here's the thing. I used to be in communication with John Frusciante personally, me and him, in the year 99, maybe 98, 99, maybe 2000, somewhere in that zone. He was posting music on his own personal website. I caught a hold of it, and he was actually communicating with 1,000 or so people that would come visit him there. And it was off and on. If you reached out to him, he would communicate with you. He never commented on any music I ever sent him. You rejoined him just last year, huh? Well, that's the thing. They aren't Red Hot Chili Peppers without him. He's one of the greatest. Oh, dude, he's your idol? Well, yeah, he's one of the greatest. I always had an appreciation for everything Chili Peppers, right? I loved everything about them. A vocalist I can actually sing most of the shit of. Give it away, give it away, give it away. Now I get by what? Whoa! You know what I mean? But what was I saying? Oh yeah, I like everything about the band, but there was a time when I suppose that guy like Josh Dumonte or something, Josh something, but I listened to him And it's like, you know what he was doing? Hard ass working to be like Frusciante. He was working really hard. I bet he was fine to go. It's time to go do what's 100% naturally him. Because he was definitely having to step into the shell, you know, if that makes sense. You know, and you're like, you're wearing it's like wearing a Batman suit. It has to be restricting. But Song for the Siren, they did that. I did not know that, but Song for the Siren has been a classic favorite of mine. I used to keep it taped on my acoustic guitar when I went on walks starting in the year 1999 because my uncle, who bought me my Warlock guitar, my first electric guitar, showed me the band This Mortal Coil in the year 1998 and the movie The City of the Lost Children. After watching the movie The City of the Lost Children with him, I said, this music is amazing, and he gave me a 3 CD set of This Mortal Coil, and that song stuck out tremendously to me. A little bit later in time, Paul Oakenfold used that in his music. All this is happening at the time when I'm in communication with John Frusciante, way back then. But I love that song my whole life. I've loved that song. That makes me think a couple of things now. I've been doing covers of that song and different iterations of that song my whole life on guitar. Why are you bringing that up, Mr. Chester, huh? What, you trying to be life buddies? That's crazy. Godsmack, dude, yeah. Is Godsmack the one that did, I'm doing the best I ever did. I'm doing the best that I can. I'm doing the best I ever did. Now, go away. Is that them? A Warlock. It stays on this wall here. There's my BC Rich Warlock, guys. Yeah. Look at that thing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh. It's got 3 Seymour Duncans in it. It has the Alternative 8, which is an Alnico 8 pickup. Just thick as fuck. A Pegasus, which is a very articulate bridge pickup. And in this place, gives a very sweet middle pickup tone. And the Sentient. These two are made to be in a set together, and this is like their scary, very scary, intimidating uncle who's gonna straighten them up or send them to military school because after their parents died, life ain't gonna be like that anymore. Ain't gonna be easy. It's scary uncle time. Yeah, that's why I like it so much. Okay, did we run out of all these COLDCORE songs, or did we just get to the end of where my page was loaded? Because we could get more going. Blog's getting crazy. Pull out the Warlock. But yeah, it's a custom ordered neck made by Warmoth. Warmoth makes great necks. This is a Weng and black ebony neck with a off-white dot inlay and side markers. Because why not? Why the fuck not? I guess every guitar I have has side markers, and I didn't realize that because I never ever use them. I didn't even realize it. I was like, someone was making a neck on a YouTube video, and they're like doing, now nice side markers. I'm like, oh, I don't even have side markers on my guitar. And I'm like, or do I? Let me go look. Oh, that one has it. That one has it. That one. Every instrument I own has a freaking side markers. What? I did not know that. I don't look at them. But, yeah, this one here. So this axe, what happened is it was a light transparent blue, and I eventually painted it camouflage and put it back together. And it only had 2 pickups for the longest time. I got Alumitone pickups for at one point, and took it apart again and put these stars on it, and hung it from a basketball hoop, and burnt it with a torch. And after burning it with a torch, it was ready forever to be the one it was going to be. Later, about last year, I added this little here, and added the Pegasus to the whole thing. I did try it with the Pegasus here and the Alternative 8 there, but the Alternative 8 there was like a goddamn bass amp. So it was too crazy. So I had to switch it back. And what I did is I got this is a volume, this is a volume, and this is a volume. And they're each pickup's volumes. That's all it has. It has a kill switch for the whole guitar. It has a selector, which lets you be turning this off without turning the volume, right? And you could have this one down and you could just go use these two. Or you could have this one up and then now you're switching between the two and which pair. Or you could turn them down and just use just that one. But this switch here changes the polarity of this pickup. And this switch, this switch here cuts one of them and makes them a single coil. Just the one that would be like a normal Strat single coil. And this one here goes from series to parallel. So it's some very interesting tone hog, but I think there's like 137 ways it could be switched. And it got featured by Seymour Duncan after I finished wiring it up. They put it on their page and said, what's the most complex wiring you've ever done? Because this is the most complex wiring you'll ever do. On a 3 pickup, 3 volume, 137 different versions of selection without fading volumes. Don't let me get confused trying to do a demo video of every sound. I'll need to freaking make a list of it and then go through all the switches. And then this one is a blah blah, and then this one is a blah blah, and then this one is a blah blah blah. All 1.5 hours later, and then you have the 137th sound, which is like this. Yeah. This one though is 6 sounds because it has a 6-way switch. 1, 2, 3, and that is the normal humbuckers. And then up here, it's parallel or split and combined. That could have been my cable coming out of connection there. But 137 selections is pretty crazy. And it's crazy because this 5-way switching guitar I have over here, this Ibanez, has the most diversity of sound for a single instrument. Good work, Ibanez. That's not a stock RG321MH. That 321MH has a Dimebucker and a Bridge 58 upside down. Bridge 59, I mean, upside down. And that is what Dimebag Darrell used. And this is the kind from Bill and Becky Lawrence, the original creators of that pickup, who made those pickups back in the time when he was buying them and bought his lot. He did end up buying a bunch from, I think it was like McMaster, whatever the fuck that online is, but he bought a bunch of them from an online, pickup carrier. He just bought a lot of them, and he said half of them were bad, and that's because it was the Bill Wozniak Wozman or whatever version. So he eventually went to Seymour Duncan to get a stable version of it. I prefer the Bill and Becky version. I actually love the hell out of it. But I am a very Seymour Duncan based artist. I like to put Seymour Duncan in. Not that I don't like DiMarzio. It's just I've never been pulled that direction. The Last of Us by COLDCORE. You were listening to COLDCORE. I'm just chilling out, taking a little bit of listen. I got distracted talking about myself a little bit, talking about my shit. But yeah, that'll be fun when I do a little demo for those guys. I wanted to have one last really cool video with this guitar for the company that got it for me. What's up, Chemica? So, I'm going to talk about something, and I hope I don't offend people, because I grew up as a Christian, but not going to church, not very low level indoctrination, and a father that was freely, openly saying, I don't believe, and the kids don't have to believe. So I did always feel like it was a choice. Me and my brother both. Whether we were gonna, ask God into our heart or whatever, those kinds of things. Let me undo this real quick. But I had a weird thing where a guy approached me a couple days ago, maybe a day and a half ago, right? Oh, Kerry King Beast V. Those are fucking sick. 101. What a cool number to get. It says this was posted by Deleted in COLDCORE. Who's that? Is that the old DownCloud account or something? Or the old COLDCORE account or old... old... Did you get rid of yours, Mr. Chester? I think it was like... I think I talked to somebody. It was either... It might have been Bertle26 or... I'm trying to remember who I talked to that said they deleted theirs. Well... I think that was you, Mr. Chester. Were you saying that you were having a hard time because there was... this might have been multiple people who've done this. They said they were having a hard time because of, like, the porn bots. And they're not comfortable with them, and they're existing on the thing. Bertle26. So it was both you guys, maybe, huh? Huh. Yeah. There's one more guy that I'm thinking of that I can't remember the name of. So I think there's actually 3 people I've talked to that did this. 3 well-featured artists, at least, did that. And I know Matt Dunlap was gone for a bit because of something else. And they're kind of a moralistic code of conduct that has not been red flagged on a level on which you can fully go, man. Yeah, and they are bad. They really are bad. They get annoying. Yeah, it gets better, and they try hard. I have to acknowledge that that the people that run this company are working hard to do their best. You know what I mean? It's not like I can blame them. And then at the same time is who else is accountable? It becomes a catch-22, and you don't want to get in anyone's face about it. You want to be very diplomatic and stuff, but at the same time, yes, I see. Yeah, I would not pay. I would leave in a second. See, the most offensive thing to me would be asking me to pay. That's me. Yeah. There's no way. If I paid out, you'd see buy to me. I would disappear very quick. That's just me, though. And that's not a threat. That's not a threat. Or I don't mean that like, I don't mean if anybody were to hear that and say that that's upsetting to me, I don't want that to be upsetting. But for me, I have this thing. It was said to me by the creators that it will always be free. I was told this directly, that it would always be free. So when it becomes not free, I invested my time because of that condition, knowing that it would always be free and everyone would have free access to add to my music. And for me, free is my thing. If I could do it, I would fundamentally get rid of a monetary system. I believe in a world without a monetary system. And full culpability, I really want a system of checks and an accountability, but I don't want any money. What the fuck you talking about, Chris? Well, if me saying that doesn't directly excite you, then you may not be able to grasp it. That has to excite you just to hear that. You have to be excited and on board immediately to be able to actually move your mind to such a scary place. And I totally get what you're saying, Hot Cabo. But yeah. Yep. I know what you guys are saying. This is a moralistic crossroads where I hate both things. It's hard. It's a hard crossroad. But here's my ultimate stance on it is on this app. On this app, people can add an advertisement into anything they do, right? They can put an advertisement into their song. They could start it with an advertisement or end it with an advertisement. They could put the commercial at the end of their song, and they would not get flagged. And then, for instance, another instance of this being a place where you're allowed to advertise and have commercials is if you watch Philly Pay's live stream. His border is an advertisement for another person's website. That's a sponsorship. So if you can have those things and you're not getting pulled down, and that's not reported or stopped by the lab immediately, and people aren't addressed who do that, hey, you can't do that. And you're allowed to link to YouTube and all these other kinds of things. And now you're viewing YouTube from within the browser on BandLab and never leaving BandLab, but you're watching YouTube. That's called a backdoor. If you can do that, no one under the age of 18 should be able to be on here. What, Chris? Yeah, no one under the age of 18, and that's how I think. So I actually don't think anybody under the age of 18 should be on here because they allow advertising. But that's me. Cakewalk's parent company is BandLab. BandLab is owned by the same person that owns about 49% of Rolling Stones and owns a company called Swee Lee. Swee Lee is like the #1 musical instrument distributor in all of South Pacific Asia. I would say from Russia all the way down into Australia, that region, all the way into Afghanistan and all of China. They get their instruments, most of them, via Swee Lee. So he's huge. The guy's huge. Mr. Kauk. I tagged him in this stream because I want him to see these artists, and this feed, obviously, is a very important, dynamic, natural happening. Nobody had to know that he was going to be coming here, but before we ever talked or said these things, I intended for him to see everything and experience everything that this vlog is. NME, yeah, I think he also owned some other Chew TV, and that's where we get some streaming has come from Chew TV to here. Very diverse investor, but he's not directly involved on the app. But I guess what he did like my video, my Blog 100 video. He liked that. He did like my Stoner Robot video, which was, I believe, the very first video ever uploaded onto the lab. So they allowed you to upload videos at some point, and I did the first second I could. And I believe I was the first person to upload a video, and that's why he popped on over and hit a like. At that time, it was only iOS users. But dude, no, his son owns the company. You're saying, oh, that got weird. That's what was missing. Part of the track is missing because of the stupid cable. I got to replace it, guys. Damn, that's annoying. There we go. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's publicly available. But I had a phone call with Amon Wong one time and asked him about it, so. Back when he was at the last Trackland, I did a phone call. Sorry, guys. I'm gonna try and fix that. My bad, guys. Yeah, Cakewalk, I think, has always been free. I think. But it just went away. And people were like, ah, and they bought it. Yeah. Oh yeah. If you're coming into using a DAW, this is the BandLab DAW, digital audio workstation on your phone. It's a very mobile-friendly, simple way to move into it. My wife has recorded music with it, but I've also pushed her onto BandLab on the PC. If you move from the mobile app only over to the PC, that's like taking another step up. If you were to go now to Cakewalk, that's 2 steps. Your next step would be something like GarageBand. That would be like 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It might be like this. BandLab, mobile GarageBand, Cakewalk, like a Logic kind of thing. And then when you get to something that's reduced, like Cakewalk is, it becomes more complicated because you have to get it to know it in a deep way. All of the intuition is stripped down to simple logic. Not Logic the program, but simple programmed logic. And very simple GUIs, Cubase. I started with a thing called Cool Edit Pro, which got bought and turned into Adobe Audition. Cool Edit Pro. It was very much like, I would say it would be like Cakewalk, but if Cakewalk existed in the year 1999, when there wasn't even barely any plugins, and VST hadn't even really been integrated into people's homes yet. VST plugins were like $1,000 for like a drum set that sounded like a butthole. Yeah. The reason I got Cool Edit Pro is because that's what came with my Gina, Echo Gina, which worked with my PC, which had Windows 95. At that time, I was pretty much recording MIDI, and I wanted to start getting audio in. And I did that. I got that thing, and it was another year and a half before I started using it properly by getting a mixer in front of it. That mixer's still the fucking mixer I use. I'm not really upgrading all my gear. I'm keeping my gear. But I've also connected pretty deeply with another user on here, Rusty Wilkins, because we actually got started back in the era of MIDI. I was using MIDI. I was also using another app. We got started on this same app, MTV, Music Generator, which I believe the CD's right here. It kind of slid back too far to get. Well, I've been listening to this band for like over an hour. This is awesome. I'm sure we've heard some of the same song in just different iterations, which is cool to me. That's like the BandLab experience. Something about it. I'm actually having a real good time just having people chatting with people. My daughter ended up going to a birthday party. My wife was reconnecting with a friend of hers who had a kid around the same time as when my daughter was born. And so they're having a little fun there. Second album in progress. Damn, bro. Nice. How long did it take you guys to get an album done? Probably a bit. About a whole year, or you are almost done with the second one, so like maybe 3/4 or something. You guys get quicker at or more effective at times, or do you guys end up getting more inflective and deeper and reflective and deeper and changing and change and tweak and tweak and tweak and more tweak and tweak and tweak? And do you guys get more that way over time, or do you guys get like, oh, we've done this before, ploppity whoop, like your third baby, just comes right out. Hey. So I got the story I want to tell you, and my phone was all being all weird. I want to tell you this. I don't want to offend you guys, and I was raised as a Christian, and I wasn't raised by like churchy people. And my dad definitely was in conflict because he was raised Catholic, and there was some things going on in the Catholic Church, and you know, he had his own questions and stuff, and he's still evaluating life and living the way he wanted and not thinking about that. But I was approached by a guy randomly on Facebook through the messenger. All of a sudden, I get a message that says, on September 11th, "Hey man, way early in the morning. Hey man, my name is Keaton. I'm a minister for the Church of Jesus Christ. Would you be comfortable with me sharing a scripture with you?" Now, I know scripture to be a word. I know that scripture could also be from another religion, but that scripture is pretty much exclusively used in our culture as something from the Bible. And if you look up the definition, it says text from the Bible, okay? And then below that it says text from other religions, but other religions don't always call their stuff scriptures, okay? So I was like, okay, maybe it's talking about the Bible, but maybe he's talking about something else, like maybe the Book of Mormon or something. I didn't know, right? But I'm going to be open-minded, and you know what? Talk with him. And this is maybe a little inappropriate for the blog, but whatever. I'm just going to share something that happened. I go, because it's funny. This is how my logic brain works. And so I didn't know what he was expecting to happen. He's just reaching out to somebody he doesn't know, right? And goes, "Hey, what's up?" Yeah, Down Cloud vocalist, Corey. I didn't know his name was Corey till just a couple of days ago when you talked to me. Or maybe it was on this blog. I don't even know. Just recently found out his name was Corey. My best friend growing up was named Corey Paisley. He's always telling me, eventually you're not going to like rap and you're going to be a rocker. You know that, right, Chris? How did you fucking know, Corey? So he says me this thing, "And now, my sons, remember that it is upon the rock of our Redeemer, who is Christ, the Son of God, that you must build your foundation, that when the devil shall send for his almighty winds, ye his shafts in the whirlwind, when all this in the hall and the mighty storm shall beat upon you, it shall have no power over you to drag you down to the gulf of misery and the endless woe. Because of the rock upon which ye are built, which is a sure foundation, a foundation whereon if men build, they cannot fall." That's like an earthly thought to me. I'm like, what is that? A building on a rock? A rock is the great rock. The rock. You're on a rock, a solid rock. That's very earthly. Where did it like barely said? It said who is Christ? The rock, the Redeemer, who is Christ, the Son of God. This is a very weird analogy formation I've never heard before. This is not biblical text to my brain. I've read the Bible like 6, 7, 8 times. I don't even know. I just read it. I get compelled to read it, and I read it nonstop. I've been doing it since I was a kid. So I'm like, what is this? Okay. Is there anything? And then a little bit later, I didn't reply. I just read that. I was like, that's weird. And he goes, "Is there anything in that you got out of it?" And so I said to him, I've been reading the Bible forever, and I usually have this calling of the Spirit, and it keeps me reading. And that was interesting to me. It had me questioning it, not myself. And that was weird. I usually read NIV. Is this from a different version of the Bible that I'm not familiar with? Or maybe a new translation? Because that's so cool. I reread the Bible all the time for that same reason. So wait, he thought he already had everything he needed when he read it once? And then now he just rereads it every once in a while. It's like, wait, you don't read it every day, all the day, whenever you have an issue? Okay, whatever, going on. So, oh, he's a minister, I thought. Okay, all right. So I said, I don't believe that is scripture, but I believe that the Book of Mormon may be blasphemy because it is not contained within the Bible. He said, I'm sorry to hear that. I've read both the Bible and the book. Of course he has. They read the Bible. And blah, blah, blah. Found that both teach the same things. I was like, well, okay, what if one is the word of Christ and one isn't? Then if someone's suicidal and goes to the Book of Mormon, they may not be redeemed. That may be a capture for the devil. And this is me as a fighter for souls. This is my crazy Christian point of view where I'm fighting for every soul. Every person I meet, I'm trying to give them a chance to ask for the same thing, for God to be in their heart and for them to always be thinking about what is a godly thing to do and how would someone who had all the power in the world treat this person, right? That's just how I really think about everything. Do I want to be like for instance, I heard a story of a guy, this is going to a little trail off. I heard a story of a guy who is like in the military and didn't want to have a gun, and there's a movie made about it called Hacksaw Ridge. I haven't seen it, but I don't know anything about it. I don't know anything about the story, but I'm saying the idea of a guy who wants to go in the military and doesn't want to have a gun, what is he? He's a medic. He's going to repair the damage, right? He wants to go in and repair the damage as it's happening and save lives. How many people want to do that? I don't know, but now that I think back at it, it feels like something I would have liked doing. I didn't want to be in the army, but damn, I really would have liked to be in the army and not carry a gun and just been a medic and a photographer. And I think God would have protected me right on through and have me here now today. It's on the other side. I really do believe that. So maybe I made a mistake. I didn't do that. My mom says, hey, Chris, you didn't like listening to rules. You never did. You never do. That would have been really hard for you. And I'm thinking to myself, that's always been my problem, not listening to rules. So maybe I should have done that. But on that note, what I'm saying is that things can be conflicting, can be very conflicting, very much so. And they can still work out. So I wanted to kind of give this guy a push. He's a young guy. He's a minister. He's like 20, right? I'm a minister. I'm 20. I'm trying to reach you. You're almost 40. I'm going to save your soul. How do you know you're going to save my soul? How do you know I'm not already saved? How do you know you didn't randomly reach out to me? Because God's trying to save your soul by putting you in my path for me to save you. That's basically what I said to him. He blocks and ignores me. I reached out to you, so that couldn't be. Because he reached out to me, there's no way that I'm the one trying to save him. I've been redeemed in the eyes of Jesus Christ, I believe, since I was 5 years old. Maybe 9, because I asked again at 9. But I keep asking for God to be in my heart every day since I was 9. So what is he coming to me for? Well, I don't know, but whatever this guy is, he showed up on my doorstep, I'm going to try and help him. And so I asked him if he's willing to ask God into his heart, and blah, 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 and he left. That's funny to me. Why'd you run away, man? I thought you were trying to have a conversation, dude. You know? That was odd. But, you know what? That's my thought right there that's what I left him with. I said, if he ran away and 2 of his texts didn't go through and I saw he blocked me, I don't know, he didn't block me, he unfriended me so that my messages weren't going through. I just said this. I just went like this. If your son was on the brink of committing suicide, would you rather him pick up a Bible or would you rather him pick up a Book of Mormon? Put that in your tea and sip it. So, because he asked me something like this. He said this: I challenge you to pray and ask God if the Book of Mormon is the Word of God. Well, I'm sorry. I had an experience in April 16th, 2009, where a friend of mine was overtaken by Christ, and the pages in the Bible, as he opened them up, were on fire. And he got down on his knees and started praying. And as I came inside after cooling off outside after playing the drums, he was like in my room doing this, into the small couch I had, small seat I had in my room. And long story short, I put my hand on him. He rose up. He's asked if I believe. I shouted that I believe. When he believed that I believed, he was calm, and the Spirit of Christ came over him. And as I asked questions in my head, like, who are you? He said, interesting. Who do you think I am? And I said, in my head, I said, could you be God? And he said, that's right. And I said to myself instantly, why would he be in the dumbest person I know? And he goes, ha ha ha, that's my sense of humor. And he had an hour and a half discussion with me, and I asked him a lot. He said to read a certain iteration of the Bible. I'm not going to tell you what you should read, but he said for me to read a certain iteration of the Bible. I asked about the Book of Mormon. I asked about Islam. I don't think I need to ask again. I asked him what it's like in heaven. He said it's like waves of music. It's like waves of water and music, moving all that you are around in places that are both somewhere you exist and the spirits of another. And you move in and out throughout without time constraining you. And there's no fear and angst or anxiety. And I said, tell me more. And he said, I can't really explain it beyond that. It's something you really have to experience. You've got to get there, Chris. And I was like, damn, I got to get there. And I thought to myself, what's it like? He's like, imagine it. Just jet skiing through the souls of all the people you love. Jet skiing through the souls of the people I love. That's funny. Sounds like a blast. Let me just take a deep carve right here. Across my daughter's love. Want to take a deep splash in the sense of humor of my child and son. Why don't I do a sweet drift across the deep, sensual places of my wife's inner self? Oh, should I read 2020? 2220? All right. My wallet was in the way. I almost dropped my wallet down. Put my wallet over there. Revelations, that's the beginning of the Bible, right? He who testifies to these things says, yes, I am coming soon. Woo! Amen, Lord Jesus Christ. The grace of the Lord Jesus be with God's people. Amen. That's the end of the Bible, dude. That's the very last couple lines right there. 20 and 21. Revelation is a powerful book. Some would say that it puts fear in man. And I would say that I never read it with fear, but I read it with joy. Because in this, in Revelation, you have an expression of both strife and an ultimate uprising of the Christian kingdom. So what sounds crazy is strife on earth, but what sounds amazing is the ultimate kingdom of heaven. And sometimes I like to say to myself, it could be possible that when God condemned the devil, he put the devil down there alone in a dark place, and that when those souls get converted and pulled from their corporal being, almost every time they ask for repentance. And I would say that so few men have not, that God may have known that the devil would sit there all alone. Am I saying that even Hitler and Kissinger may have got redeemed? Well, I can't say they didn't. I definitely can't. Only God would know, right? And another thing I think is maybe only those few very, very rotten ones just disappear to nowhere. Or maybe those are the ones that God does pull right back up off earth, back to himself, and put back down there one more time for another try. Why don't you try that again there, buddy? Maybe those few reincarnated do have dark pasts. I was a warrior, and maybe it's still taking you time to get fixed. And maybe the end of times revelation only comes when all those wounded souls are actually at the point when they would die in corporal sense. Every one of them would ask for redemption. So therefore they're all ironed out and the kingdom of heaven is ready and only Satan is left. And he's now finally ironed out after the war in Revelations and the peace thereafter. And so therefore even Satan has been cooled and calmed after 1,000 years of good souls on the earth. I'm just saying the random stuff here, but you know, you never know. All these things are speculative. They're so ambiguous, the Bible, but is it possible that we're all going to get ironed out, and then when we're ironed out, we'll iron out the devil, and then we'll all be joined in the kingdom of heaven? All parts of the God himself will be one again? Can the kingdom of heaven be here on earth at that point? Sometimes people talk about the stretching of souls, the thinning of souls, the division of souls, and that's maybe how you get some of them clean. Is that why the population goes up? Other people talk about, I don't know. There's a lot of things to talk about on this. Could Judas make it? Well, I really think that Jesus wants Judas there, don't you? That's how I think of it. Would Jesus want Judas there? Oh! Fuck yeah, he does! Fuck yeah, he wants them there! He wants them there for a good old bear hug! Woo! He may make them wait. He may make them wander. But I think he wants them back in his arms. Because there's going to be a time where even Judas will go, thank you for that. Oh man, I needed that. Thanks for that hug, Jesus. I knew I was missing something. I don't know. I'm a wild guy. I say random stuff. I'm having fun out here. I don't even know if this page keeps going. It could keep going forever. Whoa. Is there more to go? There's more to go. Here? Did we have to listen to this one? I don't know where we're at. I wasn't keeping track of all the songs, but we are listening to COLDCORE, and I feel like we only have a few more songs left on the whole page. So we're gonna be we're gonna have to leave and be done. We're not gonna play the page a second time. But yeah, my brother asked me one time if he thought he could quit weed. And I knew that if you quit weed for a couple weeks, you might go back. You had to get real far away from it. We'll play that one again, yeah. We'll go all the way back up there, hit that little top thing, and we'll play that next. I'm looking. I'm playing it next. But, yeah, my brother, he said, what's up, man? And I said, you gotta go past a month. And when he got to like 20-something days, he marched his ass right into the local church and said, I need help. And he met this guy named DJ, who later became the pastor at that church and later started his own church in Montana, I believe, or Idaho. But DJ and my brother got real close playing basketball. And DJ invited him to come out to the Philippines with him next time he went and help him build some homes. My brother's a big guy. He's 6'4", and he's a hard worker like I am. My brother went out there, and his wife, the person he married, had left him. His girlfriend had left him, and he quit. He got clean, and he went out there for a few months, and he came back, and she was living with a guy, an older guy. Not quite sure what was going on and what the relationship was, but my brother wasn't afraid to drop in as a friend. You know, he knew her before when she was dating his friend, and whenever his friend Chris Arona, who was dating her, Kelly Vague was her name, he would give her advice and help her. And so she knew what kind of man he was and how sensitive he could talk and how true he could be. But she also knew he had a problem with marijuana, a big problem. It was affecting him in a big way. So, when he cleaned up, he also found God. When he came back, I don't know if she was ready for all that. Not quite, but I'll tell you what, she's a big part of that church, and he's a really big part of that church. He's a really big community leader. My brother is a very strong community leader. He doesn't do it on the social networks, he does it in real life, guys. He works for the city, he works for the King County Department of Health, and they have put him on a permanent work from home. He's a man's man. He teaches his kids all the sports that he possibly can. Takes them hiking and deep woods hikes, and teaches them everything they need to know about the Bible. He's truly a man's man, and I admire my little brother. I know you guys have probably heard his music, the band New 11 here on the app. He's a Christian rapper, but we'll play this Talking Through the Walls again. Talking Through Walls, I mean. Yeah, this is the newest one, but it's not the top one on the page. There's a pinned Nurture nature. I can't do the vibrato. I'm gonna fucking be like a dork doing that. Yeah, my brother. Yeah, he's a good guy. This year. Oh shit. Fuck. I'm gonna start it over. Turn it up. Starting it over. Doesn't matter. It's my blog. Do what I want. But he's an awesome guy.
Count the waves back and forth, we go, reverberate, lost inside echoes.
I feel like you guys are getting more and more into the details and the niches of what you guys are creating, and more. I don't know how to describe it, but there's a high level of detail, production detail going on in these tracks.
Plan out exactly what to say.
The human touches.
Repeat until it comes out straight. Presumptions have been made. So
Who's Jenny Stevens? Do I know you? What's up, dude?
between what voices fabricate.
Some guys call chicks dudes, and some guys call girls chicks. And I'm one of those.
The idea will erase. So distance.
Me and my wife have this ILYD is our hashtag. I love you, dude. We haven't done that in a while, but that was back in our early days. Are you on BandLab, Jenny? I recognize that image. I recognize the image. I'll call you dude. Hey, what's up, dude? Try and do my, the Dude Abides voice.
Talk a little louder. Anybody out there? Can you hear me?
I totally know this.
Listening
Okay.
to ride a run encounter. No one is around here. I can hear you, but is this true?
Oh, I'm sure I have, because I recognize the image. You know, I used to follow 140,000 people and listen to fucking millions of tracks a day, and sadly, BandLab took that ability away from me.
Count the waves back and forth. We go.
Well, Mr. Chesta, are you saying I need a feature? Because I have a feeling I have not typed BAB, BA, BLUE before as a tag. I just don't think I have. Now, have I replied to a possible comment with the reply thing and it does it for you? Maybe. But is that guitar or a synth? I feel like it's a synth. Yeah. I'm not going to end the blog. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go find that track I was telling you about that got forked by Corey. Let's see if I can find it. I always do go and looking for it. So I'm going to go into my hip hop beats, the first one, the first collection, and I think it was Limelight Beats. The Limelight Beats. Oh, hey, no, oh, Jesus. You suck at this, Chris. Hey, Chris, do you know how to do what you're doing? No, you suck. Go back to the song you're listening to. There we go, end of that solo. You jerk. It's a synth run through guitar rig. I knew it. You hear that solo again. I just throw my stuff together at the moment I make it. Like I literally write it as I record it. That's just my process.
Plan out exactly what to say. Repeat until it comes out straight.
I will find that one though. Let me go back to it.
So
listen, listen. What's up? What? Downcloud has arrived. What's up, Corey?
isolate and drown now. One by one until you hear the sound.
We were all just loving your deep vibrato that verges on tremolo, bro.
It may seem too hard to hear now. Isolate and drown now. One by one until you hear the sound. Put an ear to the wall.
Oh, I like that. It's like a one repeat echo. That was pretty cool. I like that. So I'm gonna try and find this. See this. Go view the details of it, not just click it. Go to the projects, browse down. There's a bunch of people that did this. Well, there's a lot of Brian Nixon tracks. There's a UC. There's a RG. I don't see the Downcloud one anymore. No, it's gone. There used to be a fork. I don't know where it is. Maybe it wasn't Limelight. I don't know. I'm trying to remember the song that you forked of mine that I made a long time ago. Then you forked it. I remember which track it was. I thought it was that, but maybe I have different versions of that track that I have published, and that's why I didn't see it. So let me go to it again. Go view the details, and then what you do is you go to view project history. Is there other public versions? Looks like there are. Let's see if this one has it. Nope. That one doesn't have it. That one doesn't have it. So there's 4 public versions of this, but I don't think this has it. Yep, there it is. Drummond Light featuring Downcloud. I'll play the most current version of it right now. So, this spans back to February 7th, 2019. So look how, this is a long time ago. I believe it was recorded, let's see. Around that time, yeah. This is awesome. You were but a child, but I could see that this was amazing. And I was like, oh, dude, I've been waiting for you to give me another one ever since, bro. Ominous region. Yeah. So good. I wanted to pop this one on because this is my origin story on discovering this artist. 'Cause why not? You got an hour and 42-minute blog to rewatch, dude. It will put you into a nap stage probably 2 or 3 times during the watching. Down, down, down. Yeah. Down, down, down. Down, down, down. What? You know I like it, guys. Down, down, down. Woo! The ground beneath us. Oh, touched it. Region. Down, down, down. If you hadn't heard this one, Mr. Chester, get down, down, down. Sweet. Well, you got to go back and rewatch it. That's the blog. You idiots, thanks for watching. What the hell? Hour and 42 minutes? That's a crazy one. Oh man, that was one of the best blogs. You gotta go check it out. It will be posted seconds from now, then you'll get to start the whole juicy thing over again. Deja vu for Mr. Chessa if he wants to sit here and hang out with you while you do it. What the hell are you talking about, Chris? Anyways, just remember, we are music. Thanks all you BandLabbers. I'll see you out there. Have a good one. Later, guys. Oh wait, how do we end it? End it. Yeah. Really, actually end it now. Yeah, okay. For real. Bye, guys.